right, this is Danielle over at the National Weather Service. We will go ahead and get started with today's weekly weather briefing since I'm showing 2 o'clock now. Let's see. Okay, jumping right into it, we are basically looking at relatively quiet weather. Another reinforcing front will bring some much colder air into the area for the weekend, and we could have some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms possible with that front. No severe weather expected with that, and the good news is rainfall totals are generally expected to be pretty light. Behind that front, like I said, it is going to cool off pretty significantly. So we do have a light freeze possible across some of the northern portions of the area Sunday morning, and then possibly again Monday morning as well. After that, a warming trend begins on Monday with the next front towards the end of next week. So taking a quick look at what's going on with the rivers after yesterday's rainfall, several rivers across the North Shore and southern Mississippi have either risen back above flood stage or are forecast to rise above flood stage. In general, those that are experiencing flooding are forecast to crest in the minor to moderate category. So you can see those are going to be the orange and red dots are the forecast points that are expected to experience minor to moderate flooding. Again, like I said, rainfall totals for Friday night and Saturday aren't expected to be too heavy, so not expecting a whole lot of change in these crest forecasts, but we could see some small rises. So here's the rainfall forecast for Friday through Saturday. Most of this rain is going to fall overnight Friday night into Saturday morning as that cold front moves through the area. And most places are expected to see less than a half inch of additional rainfall. The exceptions are going to be across lower Plaquemines Parish and even up through parts of Jackson County. That's kind of where that cold front boundary is kind of stalled just to the east of them right now. And so if it slides back north at all, some of that overrunning rainfall could get in there and we could see a little bit heavier totals in those areas. But again, in general, we're expecting less than a half inch of rain for most places. And a lot of places are expected to see less than a quarter inch of rain as well. So like I said, behind that front, it is going to cool down pretty significantly. So what you're looking at on this map is the probability of seeing temperatures below 32 for Sunday morning. And so you can see areas that are basically along and north of that I-10-12 corridor in southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi, generally seeing at least a 30% chance of freezing temperatures, with the highest probabilities across southwestern Mississippi. So light freeze in those areas is going to be possible. If it does reach freezing, it should only be there for a couple of hours. So we're not expecting too much in the way of impacts from that. Similarly, Monday morning, probability is not quite as high, but again, for some of those northern areas, there is at least some probability of seeing temperatures of freezing or just below freezing. So, and again, if that happens, it should only be for a couple of hours. As we get into Monday and especially the middle part of the week, it does look like the temperature outlook is leaning warmer than normal for the February 14 through 18 period. So that warming trend really does start on Monday and continue through at least the middle to latter part of the week. And then as far as the extended rainfall outlook is concerned, it is also leaning wetter than normal for that same time period, February 14 to 18. So that's going to be probably associated with that next frontal system. So in summary, and I do have a whole parade outlook after the summary, but I just wanted to cover the high points first. So scattered showers and storms, mainly Friday night through Saturday morning, associated with that next cold front. Big cool down for the weekend with light freezes possible Sunday and Monday mornings for some of our northern areas. And then that warming trend begins on Monday with another front towards the end of next week. So taking a look at this weekend, I know that we've got parades across different portions of the area. So I've kind of broken it down by time frame. So for Friday evening, you can see I've got the maps here for Friday at 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. The shading is the chance of precipitation, so the chance of rain, and then the sampled numbers are the temperatures at those hours. So for Friday evening, we do have relatively high chances of rain from Houma across the New Orleans metro and then into the Mississippi Gulf Coast, with those chances being at least 40 to 60% or even higher for lower Plaquemines. But the good news is that rainfall totals through midnight Friday night are generally expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch. So we do have some higher rain chances, but it should be very light rain. That's what we currently have expected. And then as you go farther to the northwest, the chance of rain decreases. For Saturday afternoon, chance of rain is highest in the eastern areas, so across the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and lower to the west. Temperatures are going to start out in the 40s in the morning, then warm into the probably around 50 or so by noon, and into the low to mid 50s by 3 p.m. The good news again is that the heaviest rain is expected overnight, Friday night into Saturday morning. So by Saturday afternoon and through Saturday through 6 p.m., we have generally less than 1/10 of an inch of rain in the forecast for areas west of I-55 and generally less than a quarter inch east of I-55. Saturday evening, most of the rain should be out of here. In fact, we have no rain accumulation in the forecast, and so you can see that we expect temperatures to be falling from the 50s into the 40s by Saturday evening. And then for Sunday afternoon and evening, again, no rain in the forecast, and temperatures should be generally in the 50s.